Hey guys, today we're going to go over the not so well known spots on Canal. And I'm not just talking about useless hiding positions, but actually possibly useful spots for random games. Stay tuned for more. So here we are on Canal. I'm going to use an Object 140, which is a tank that you'll most likely be using to get into these positions. So the first position is going to be right here on the left. It's sometimes well known for TDs, but usually people don't know about it. It is very open, doesn't have any bush cover or anything up here, but it's high enough and far enough from the game that you shouldn't be spotted unless your team has already collapsed. So from here you'll be able to snipe some key positions, as well as provide supporting fire for allies. Right there, you'll be able to snipe the millish area, and you can also snipe that super well-known spot for other snipers. So let's continue on here. Our next destination is on the right, and I do not think that many people know about this area. But this spot is actually very useful if you can get up to it. Heavy tanks usually won't manage, but if you get a push from like a Leopard 1, sure, you can get a nice 7 up here. As you see, the Object 140 has no trouble coming up here whatsoever. I didn't even have to really accelerate. There's a nice bush positioned for you so you can snipe. Also, it kinda seems to be going downward, so you can go a bit hull down. Usually covers lower plates pretty nicely. You can snipe the middle or that top hill area where people tend to go. It's overall a nice position, especially if you can get a heavy tank. Meds can come up here too, sure, but if you look at the diagram here, you'll see that most of the hull is exposed. For an IS-7 this won't be a problem, because as long as you cover the lower plate, it's all fine. But for tanks like the Object 140 or the Patton, this may become an issue. So this next spot here on the left is, I don't know, it may be useful. It's about as useful as the first spot we saw. It's very far away from the actual action, so you shouldn't be spotted. Problem is, it's kinda open, and you don't have too many spots to snipe at with people there. So over here, this is a spot that I think people do know. Not too much though, because it overlooks such an area that nobody ever goes here, which is a shame because this is a very diverse terrain, especially for Canal. You see, you can snipe nearly anywhere except that hill. You can also snipe the base, a bit of the town, and if you really want, there tend to be campers in the background there. Yeah. So to get down off this hill, you always want to go down in reverse, which is weird because it actually preserves your tracks. Strange watt physics. Right here, this is one of our last destinations. It's an interesting spot. The problem is, it's usually pointless unless you can get your whole team to come into this area. So see, I'm being covered mostly by the ground. It's good for hull down positions, and you can snipe all the way there. If you can send a scout there and keep your team here, you'll be able to take down the opposition very easily. As you see, only the turret is really spotted. And to prevent getting hit in the hull, just move back and forth. They won't be able to target on you. If anything, flee back here. There is also a bit higher on the spot, a daring position, another one, but this time it actually has some type of brush cover, which is a tree. The only problem is, when you knock it down, people will be like, that's a bit suspicious, why is there a tree there? And they may randomly shoot, though I really haven't seen this happen too much. Problem is, you can't provide support fire to the middle area because of that pipe. So you should be careful going down these hills, truly don't go to the side. Now the last spot here is really hard to get onto. You can do it with a T2 Lite or a BT2, but they are never actually seen on this map in random games. So I'm going to try to give myself some speed here. The spot is alternate to the second spot I've shown you, but it's a bit less effective. Here, yeah, I didn't make it. Yeah, definitely didn't make it. In this problem, what you're gonna have to do is back up directly backwards. So here I go. And this should give you enough acceleration to get up there, I believe. Let's see. Yep, got up here. And once again, it's a bit open. I like the other spot more alternate to this one because it does have a bush. But this spot tends to be a bit better at firing back. Much more open positions, a bit further from the enemy snipers, and further from the real attack. Well, thank you. Tell me if you like this version of map reviews. See you next time.